I'm Praveen Varshney, principal of Varshney Capital Corp, a Vancouver-based public venture capital firm. We've worked with a number of companies and industries over the years, especially in the mining sector. I'm also the president of Mexigold Corp, one of our newest ventures, which is a junior exploration company looking for gold and silver in Mexico. Riverside, they are actually the operators of the project. They're led by Dr. John Mark Stouty, very, very experienced PhD who did his thesis in Mexico.
Memo or Guillermo? Memo? Memo. Hola, soy Juan. Mucho gusto, señora. Un placer. Sí.
Santiago es el Diego Mesa.
Mucho
el
gusto.
vaquero aquí del rancho.
Gracias, mucho gusto, Santiago. Se ve bien los. Sí.
Cuando estábamos haciendo las trinchas.
Sí.
El trench.
Felipe, thanks for helping here. And here, if you can help us next, we're really going to go look at where you're doing the sampling. And the thing I really like is the sampling that you're doing over on the west side. It's really important to actually make sure that we get the zones. I want to look and see what those places are. We went over and visited Camino Rojo to see the core there. We see the Camino Rojo style in the siltstones, fractured with iron oxides. And I brought the 43101 report that takes pictures of Katrina and pictures of Camino Rojo and says, you know, these rocks look similar geochemistries, and we have 190 square kilometers, so a big area. So we have Camino Rojo style targets and Penasquito style targets.
Mexico is one of the top jurisdictions in the world for mining. Plus, within Mexico, where we are at, which is the states of Durango and Zacatecas, it's a very prolific area for mining. There's a lot of producing mines in that region. It's a safe part of Mexico.
Manuel, this area right here at Pedernal, how did you get here?
Well, we get here because we process some stream sediment database collected by the Mexican government, and we realized that there are some anomalies in this part of the drainage. So the early reconnaissance, we identify several quartz veins with at least 3 kilometers length and still open.
The limestones like to react with acid fluids. So an acid fluid comes in, and when an acid fluid, basically it's like, it fizzes a lot, you know? So you pour your Coca-Cola out on the table and it fizzes a lot, okay? And so when all that fizz is oxygen with air, with things reacting. What happens with the acid is it reacts with carbonate and the CO2 comes off. Well, this rock here, that happened, and these clasts right here have reacted, and that's now left iron. So that iron staining inside, which is now all quartz. And we see the veins are going this way. So which way are we going to drill? We're going to drill perpendicular across it to get the true width. All right? So we can actually walk and see. We got vein here, there, all this vein, in fact, is 20-meter wide zone with all these veins. So that's a really valuable trench. We just trench over to here till we're out of it, and that's it. Also, you notice we're on a little knoll. The knoll's because silica's hard. So in those hard zones, so the silica stands up. So sure enough, if we wander over to that hill over there, there's a little knoll, and you actually see a little brown spot in the far distance. There's another. There are little spots where these veins will crop out, and otherwise you don't see them at all. And so we've pieced these together, and then it's all cover out that way. That's why we really, in the future, love to fly geophysics. Right. Because if we fly geophysics that can show the scale of this, then, we may just be part of something giant here, but, we're good enough to drill it now, but there's a lot of future growth. Where there's a little white dot way out on the ridge over there, well, that ridge, there's another quartz vein out there. And there's a whole bunch more to follow up on the property. So right now it's like, we never got to all that. We just focus on one area. It's good. It's a good place to start. But there's so much more here. And you got to look at what we're playing for. What we're playing for is a 12 million ounce gold equivalent. 800 million ounce silver is right over there with Pan American silver. And Pan American's like, Ross Beatty, all that stuff, right? And we're just, we're the property next to it, and you've got huge companies producing all around. So